Gran Turismo's later races add fuel usage to the game, and in order to take advantage of this, most cars can adjust the fuel map that they are using during a race. If you're like me, you probably only use fuel map 1 and 6. I usually blast my way to first if the car has any kind of fuel economy, and then shift it back to 6th in order to coast my way through the rest of the race. But with 6 to choose from, I thought it was important for us to break them down a little further and see if we can find a pattern. For this test, I selected the 4th generation MX-5. It's an agile car, and more importantly, it has the option to swap in an LS V8, giving us multiple engines to compare using the same chassis. All the cars have the same body, suspension, and braking modifications. The white car is using a stock engine with no mods. The red car has a stock engine but has been fully modified, and the blue car has a fully modified LS V8. In order to try to isolate the fuel map, the tests were all done at Special Stage Route X in California. The video was shot at other courses to make it more interesting to watch. Each car did 6 runs, and every car started the run in 6th gear. I was running the race using a Fanatec shifter, so I was able to have the car in 6th and it would shift as soon as the control was handed to the user. The white car had a 40 times multiplier on fuel usage to shorten the distance it needed to run out of fuel. With that, we were able to hit 7.3 miles on fuel map 1 and hit a top speed of 142 miles per hour. Fuel map 2 dropped the top speed to 137 miles per hour, but increased the range to 8.5, which was a 16% increase. Fuel map 3 brought the speed down to 134 miles per hour, and the range went to 9.1 miles, bringing it to 125% of the original. On map 4, the top speed stayed at 134 miles per hour, so no loss in top speed, but the fuel range went to 11.1 miles, bringing it up 152% from the original. Map 5 brought it to 131 miles per hour, so we lost a little more speed there, and it brought the range up another mile 0.3 to 12.4, which is 170% of the original. And then finally map 6 brought the top speed down to 125 miles per hour, which is 88% of the original, and that is giving us a range of 15.2 miles, which is 208% of the original mileage. So you can typically see the cars doubling in range if you go from fuel map 1 to fuel map 6, but it's not exactly linear. We went from 100%, which is the fuel map 1, 16%, 25%, 50, 70, and then 108. Let's go ahead and switch to the modified version and see if we see a similar trend. It's worth noting here that lean is not the correct term when we're looking at these fuel maps. It should be power and range. Lean and fat are something that's used when you're tuning a motor, and you actually lean out a car in order to make it as powerful as possible and then make it a little fatter by adding a little bit of fuel to the ratio in order to make it a safe tune. But as you lean out a car, it actually gets to be more powerful. Going too lean will cause the motor to burn through the pistons. That's why they fatten it up and consider it a safer tune. The next two cars were using a 20 times fuel rate. We saw a top speed on fuel map 1 of 177 miles per hour, and we got 12.6 miles, so that's our baseline. On fuel map 2, we hit a top speed of 173, losing 2%, and hit 14.3 miles. So we gained 13% extra range. Fuel map 3, we dropped another 3 miles per hour, bringing us to 170, which was another 2%, and that gave us a range of 15.9 miles, which was an additional 26%. So it's tracking pretty well here so far. The top speed on fuel map 4 was 166, which was another 2%, and we made it 18.2 miles, which was an additional 44%, which is less than the previous car's trend. Map 5 got us to 161 miles per hour and gave us a range of 20.6 miles, which is 63% additional, which again is lower. The Map 6 gave us the same top speed of 161 miles per hour and a range of 24 miles, which was 90% over the Fuel Map 1. So not quite double on this car. Let's go ahead and take a look at the engine swapped version and see how it compares. The engine swap Miata stayed with the same fuel rate of 20 times, but we actually had to run the top speed test separate because it would run out of fuel on the straightaway, just because it's a much less fuel efficient car. Anyway, the first map gave us a top speed of 273 miles per hour and a range of 3.7 miles. So that's our baseline. Map 2 gave us a top speed of 269 miles per hour, so it lost a percentage, and a range of 4.2 miles, which is an additional 14%. Map 3 gave us a top speed of 266 and a range of 4.6 miles, which is 25% of the original. Map 4 gave us a top speed of 258 and a range of 5.5 miles, which is an additional 49%. And Map 5 gave us a range, or a top speed of 254 with a range of 6.2 miles, which is an additional 68%. And then finally, Map 6 gave us a top speed of 250 miles per hour and a range of 7.4 miles, which is just at double the initial range. So you can kind of see a pattern, but it's not exact, and that's even using the same exact chassis, so that we're dealing with the same aerodynamics. I mean, it's a different speed, and things get crazier once you're hitting 200 miles an hour, but it's not exactly linear. I did end up testing the Veyron as well, because that's got one of the worst gas mileages I've seen in this game so far, and its percentages went from 100% at fuel map 1, 109 at map 2, 118 at map 3, 135 at map 4, 153 at map 5, and 182 at map 6. So that car is not even able to double its overall range by going to map 6. So it's not. I was hoping to find something linear that we would be able to use while racing. So if I know I needed to get 25% more mileage out of my car, I could switch to a certain map. But it's not exactly there, but this hopefully will at least point you in the right direction. So if you need an extra 10%, to go to map 2. If you need an extra, to double your range, you're going to map 6 anyway. But I hope you found this useful. It's been eye-opening to me. So please like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.